Question number 5.
Question 5, two-part question. What is your personal agenda of issues you want to resolve?
I have no personal issues myself that I feel that I want to resolve. But I do have issues with the city that I'd like to see resolved.
Yes, sir. How do you plan to accomplish these issues within the city?
I will work with the city council, the departments, and the people of the city to try to get their will and direction of what they would like the city to come and do.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Final round of questions. Mr. Carter. Question number 6.
Mr. Carter, question number 6. Since January 2015, a proposed development for a Veterans Memorial has been discussed. Due to one obstacle or another, the memorial has not been completed. This is a two-part question. The first part being, what is your opinion on this memorial?
When the two ladies come to the council and brought it to the council, I was all for it. Unfortunate things happened because it did not go as planned, but that's all behind us. And with the process of getting a new committee, work on it and get started back when we pursue it.
Yes, sir. And what plans do you have for its completion?
Just hoping that we get the committee together, that we work together, and everybody can work together and get donations and everything to complete.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Question number 5.
This is a two-part question. First part being, what is your personal agenda of issues you want to resolve?
I want to see Lake Park grow. I want to see Lake Park grow because I want to see our taxes level out. We can't build up an emergency fund. We can't increase revenues coming into the city without growth. If we stay the same, we're going to be like all these other cities that have dried up. I have a plan, a detailed plan. I know this is probably the second part of your question. That will allow for a business entity to come into the city, for us to grow, that will produce jobs. We need, you can build homes and have people come in, but the services that those people require cost the city money. So it's not enough to just bring people in, but you have to have an active business community. You're not going to get that by maintaining what you are, okay? You need motels, motel tax. That's what drives cities. You need industry, okay? You want industry that's not going to affect the general populace, but that can help the city grow through taxation on business, through job growth. Now, talking about what Mr. Davis said about the millage rate, yeah, our millage rate might be the highest in the county, but you understand, those numbers, 7 point, 4 point, each carry a different value. So while our numbers might be higher than Valdosta, it's the value behind each point. And I can guarantee you that our number is like, I think it's like $24,000 per mill. That's not what Valdosta's, that's not what Dasher's is, that's not what Hayhire is. So you can't just look at millage rate on taxes. You have to look at the digest, the value of each millage point. It's a twofold equation. So to sum it up, I have a plan. We're ready to make it work.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Question number 3.
Question 3. As we know, combating crime requires cooperation between the police and local residents. As a candidate, what do you believe is the responsibility of the mayor and council's position to ensure effectiveness of this cooperation?
I think that in any city, the departments, the law enforcement department especially, has to be allowed to be run by the chief of police. But I also believe that there is a serious responsibility on the council members and the mayor to have some oversight. Now, oversight doesn't mean stepping in and managing and micromanaging, but it does mean keeping a good eye out and paying attention, listening to the public, and then addressing issues as they come. Working with the police department is a huge responsibility as well. It is our responsibility to make sure that they have what they need to do their jobs.
Thank you.
Question number 4.
Question 4. As a candidate for the City of Lake Park government, you are displaying an interest in city government and the workings of our city officials. Since January 2018, the council has had 10 regularly scheduled council meetings and 10 work sessions. All of those have been advertised via the city website and posted at City Hall. There have been a number of other meetings as well to address specific issues. How many meetings have you attended since January 2018?
I've attended, I think, 2 regular meetings, 1 work session, and then I've attended 2 millage rate meetings. And I would have been to another regular meeting, but my wife was sick, so I had to stay home with the son.
Question number 1.
Okay. What is your number one goal that you hope to accomplish if elected?
My number one goal, if I'm elected as the mayor of the city of Lake Park, it is to serve the citizens, this community, because we chose to live here, raise our children here, our grandchildren, and keep it safe and a community where people love to live.
Thank you, sir.
All right, at this time, we'll give each candidate a few minutes to do a closing statement. Once the closing statements are done, then feel free to get up and go around. The candidates will be available to answer some questions if you have any questions for them. At this time, Mr. Carter, would you like to stand up and give a closing statement?
I was born and raised in the Lake Park area. And in January of 2004, I moved into the city limits of Lake Park. And then about the middle of 2005, Ms. Rutland, because of health reasons, gave her for position on the city council. And I was appointed to serve out her council, her seat for the remainder of the term. And then I ran, and I had been on the council ever since then, except for one term that I was off the council. I have always tried to use sound judgment. I haven't ever had an agenda that I was trying to ramrod through. I think I have worked for the city, and the people that know me, I think will attest to that. And I solicit your vote. I would hope that the council that does come forward from this election will be one that can work together, that they will support the fire department and police department, and we can make Lake Park a better place to live.
First, let me say it's been the honor of my life serving on city council and as mayor for the city of Lake Park. Been down here almost 20 years. My children have all gone to Lake Park Elementary. The reason we came here is because it was such an outstanding school. And I have 2 boys who are in college. One's finishing up his master's degree at UGA. So it's been a great place to live, great place to raise our kids. I know me and my wife are very pleased to be here. Having served on council and then having seen what happened with the mayorship when we had the last mayor in, it was a travesty. It brought our city to its knees. It took a long time to bring this city back financially, we were lost. Our computers were shut down, files were missing. Ms. Ann, who had served the city for 30 years, was fired, so was our fire chief, so was our police chief. We're back, and we're back strong. We have a certified police department that is GCIC certified, which is very important because we're that close to losing the police department. Okay, we have a fire department that has first responders. Look, we had a councilwoman who was ready to get rid of the fire department, and her husband had an episode with his heart. And that fire department, first responders came. The next day, that councilwoman was wondering where we could put an EMS office in our fire department because of the rapid response. There's only a few ambulances in this county, and we're on the far end. So if 2 of those ambulances are out, and one of you have a stroke or a heart attack, you better be happy that we have a fire department that has training to make sure that you live. That's what's important to me. I have no businesses in Lake Park. I have no rental properties. I just have my home, and I want to make this a place that's safe, and I think we've done that. Now I want to make sure that we're economically secure. I have a plan. It's a good plan. I've talked to many officials. I've talked to our state senator. Matter of fact, Ellis Black, at our District 11 meeting a few weeks ago, shook my hand and said, I have not seen Lake Park as quiet as it has been the last 5 years. And he thanked me. And I thank you for allowing me to speak. Thank you.
I came to Lake Park in 2015, and when I came to Lake Park, I came because I wanted to be here. I grew up in Lowndes County. I lived in Lowndes County for the majority of my life, and all of my life I lived on the north end of town or out on the west side of town. And I heard over and over and over from people about what was going on in Lake Park, how Lake Park was as I was growing up. So when I came back to Valdosta, to the Lowndes County area in 2015, this was where I wanted to be. I wanted to be in this community because I thought it was such a wonderful community. I have learned even more to love Lake Park as much as I have these last couple of years. The citizens are wonderful. It's a family-oriented community, and my goal on the city council would be to work and cooperate with other members of the city council, members of our departments, and other members of our citizenry to bring Lake Park up on the revenues so that we could build more infrastructure. We can have our infrastructure more solidified, both within our city streets and our waterworks, as well as within our departments. The infrastructure within our departments needs to be strong. And that takes people who can work together and come up with the plans that are necessary and then implement those plans. And that's my goal, is to help get those plans implemented as they come up. Thank you.
Like Tracy and Mr. Carter, I grew up in Lowndes County, other than a few years that I left for my wife to go to get her master's in Atlanta. I've always been around here. We moved back here in 15, started looking around different places, looked in Lowndes County. Didn't want to be on the north end of the county, it's way too expensive up there. And we kind of settled in the south end of the county and started looking at the Lake Park area, and we found our house, fell in love with it, decided, that's where we wanted to be, that's where we wanted to start our family. I like that Lake Park is quiet. There's not a lot of crime, there's not a lot of crazy stuff going on. It's just a good place to raise a family and have a family and that kind of stuff. So that's what I'm here for. I want to help the citizens. I know I keep harping on the budget, but I want to do what the citizens want to do. If they want to raise the millage rate to 7.5 so we can have more, if they want to raise it to 8.5, that's what they want. I want to do what the citizens want to do and what they feel is the best for our city. So, thank you.
How old are you, Tyler?
32.
32. I started serving on the city council in Lake Park when I was 22 years old. One of the youngest city councilmen elected. Of course, this was my home. I grew up here, you know. And I've served over 25 years in city council and mayor of the city of Lake Park. And so I've worked with Mayor Schindler and Mr. Carter, fine gentlemen. Have no ill will against them. I'm not here to make any enemies. I'm not here to make anybody mad. I'm here just to serve the people if you want to elect me. This is my home. A lot of people ask me to run. Would you get involved in politics again? It's always been in my blood. So I've got involved. And another reason, my dad said, doesn't anybody never need to go in office unopposed? He said, if you run, it'll make the election real interesting. So it's made it interesting. We got a good crowd here tonight. But anyway, a vote for myself, Keith Sandlin, is a vote for the people of Lake Park. I'll work hard as a servant leader to this community, which I have lived in all my life. I believe and I understand the challenges we face, are going to face in the future as a small town community. I will fight for the allocation of your tax dollars. I will represent the people of the city of Lake Park. I will work hard to bring integrity and transparency to the mayor's office, the city council, the police departments, the fire departments, maintenance departments, and all administration offices. I will try to endeavor to see all people are treated fairly, just, and considerate, no matter their color, their creed, or their status in society. Thank you.
Okay, thank you all to our candidates. Let's give them a hand. Since they've been the ones talking, let's give them a few minutes to get up, stretch, and give them something to drink, and then now be the time to kind of mingle amongst yourself. If you have any questions, give them a second, and then feel free to start asking questions.
Could I please ask Eric one or two questions?
And when it comes around, you sure can.
You can come on up to me and ask me.
Good job. Good job.
Thank you for the service and being willing to serve. I hope that you don't want the citizens to hear this?
I want you to talk fast.
All start. Appreciate you willing
Hey, honey bunny, make sure you get all that on tape, honey. Okay, baby?
Oh, yeah, I got some of that put together.
Not anymore.
All right, I'll talk some about
That's good
I'm done.
Ma'am. My name.
Well, we'll take care of that. This is the hard
Yeah, that's right. And you like to know that who works in my family. So if you want to talk to him about.
You're not the mayor.
No, I'm not. I'm his wife though, but you're talking about my income.
Probably did, that's why.
Then we'll have it lit after that. We'll definitely have it decorated. Well, but that's what I'm saying. December
My mom always taught me, you speak your opinion, whether people like it or don't like it. Speak it, stand strong on your words, might be one of my flaws, I do thank you for what I did.
That's the town we got. They can do it.
Was your wife at the meeting, said you had some health issues? I was talking to someone, I was talking to yes, that was what we were talking about. Yes, you asked me about mine.
Seems like,
Oh, okay. Give me 1 second.
We're outside of our office. I know how I feel.
Somebody with my camera is trying to get a picture of my, so I know we got a record.
I like the money.
that is the rule for it.
Those farmers,
People being challenged. Oh, yes. Well, one of the reasons why I moved here is I like the quaintness of the town. I don't want to lose that quaintness. And if you're not careful, losing that, then you'll look years down the road and wish out there with commercial and industrial area. Now, if they would have done that, it would have been a different story as far as
It's such a misconception, everybody thinks we're middle school flags and all that. I think from what I was hearing the other day, they're dedicated. Spot back there, like, there's 2 miles in a circle.
it will. And that's what worries me. You're playing budget, you don't have reserves. You don't have some range of
She went down with your dad. I'll be honest with you, the thing about us,
Yeah.
is that I pay a lot of respect. That bothers I wonder what's changed. It's a tough situation with all our revenue comes from all land. That's all.
I know, I appreciate it.
It's just a timing. Ashman told me about this. He said I could. He said it'll be around for 2 or 3 days, and then they're demanding you to stay home for 4. He said I don't want you going to your shop and working in your shop for 4 days. I can be here. And I said, well, can I at least go in, answer phones and sell jobs? Well, I will. He says, I promise you, I'll just answer phones and sit behind the desk. He said, if you'll do that, that's fine. He said, but you can't get to that shop. Drive a car to a road family car, you can join me, sit there off. He said, if you have to, I want someone to take one. So I said, I'll do that tomorrow. I don't want to make it worse now.
And I